Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my interpretation of fundamental value and what fundamental value Chainlink actually has. A lot of people have been disappointed in Chainlink's price action over the past couple of months and even the past year or so. And the reason for this is because Chainlink hasn't put in the same returns as a few of these other cryptocurrencies like Solana and Dogecoin and a few of these other ones that have pumped a significant amount without looking back. Now, in my opinion, Chainlink is going to have a lot better and a lot more sustained long-term growth, and the reason for this is because I really do believe that Chainlink's fundamental value is stronger. Of course, fundamental value doesn't result in short-term pumps. Fundamental value results in long-term price appreciation, and I do believe that this is what is going to happen to Chainlink over the long term. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, the links are in the description, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. The first thing that I'm going to discuss is what my interpretation of value is. Essentially, a lot of stock market investors believe something has value if it has a cash flow. If a stock has a cash flow, well then it has value over the long term. However, I disagree with this. Essentially, I believe something will have value if people are buying it not because they think it's going to go up. If people only buy an asset because they think they're going to sell it to someone else for a higher price, well then it doesn't have any value. However, if people buy it for any other reason, and I really do mean any other reason, then it has a level of value. So, let's think of something like NFTs. A lot of people buy NFTs because they think someone else will buy it at a higher price. However, some people genuinely like the art of an NFT, and some people genuinely want to support the NFT artist. As a direct result, in my opinion, NFTs do have a level of value. Of course, this doesn't mean that these NFTs can't be in a bubble, and I do think they are in a bit of a bubble right now. Anyway, as we can see, what a lot of people traditionally thought fundamental value meant was that individuals would buy ownership into a company and the company would pay them a cash flow like dividends. Of course, I do believe that this is fundamental value. However, I believe a lot of other different things are fundamental value. Now, I'm going to briefly go over what I believe the fundamental values are for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then I'm going to go into detail on Chainlink. So the first one that I'm going to discuss is Bitcoin. Essentially, I do believe Bitcoin has a few value propositions independent of its price. The first value proposition for Bitcoin is that essentially you can hold it without the government touching it. Bitcoin is decentralized, so it allows you to hold your money without a middleman controlling that money. Therefore, in my opinion, this is Bitcoin's main value proposition. It's a store of value that can't be controlled by intermediaries. Now, if we look at something like Ethereum has a lot more value propositions than Bitcoin does, in my personal opinion. The first clear fundamental value for Ethereum is that every time a smart contract is executed on the Ethereum network, you need to pay a gas fee. This means that you need to buy Ether in order to pay for smart contracts, which is buying Ether independent of the price, therefore fundamental value. Now, the next big value proposition for Ethereum is that you can actually use Ethereum as trustless collateral on the Ethereum network. Ether, the token, is the most decentralized token that is issued as the network, and therefore it's the best token to use on the network specifically. Another fundamental value proposition. Now, the last value proposition for Ethereum is that you can stake it and earn rewards for staking it. Essentially, when you stake your Ethereum, you're securing the network and you're earning a cash flow for doing this. As a direct result, in my opinion, these cryptocurrencies do have a substantial amount of fundamental value, and anyone that says differently simply doesn't understand them. Now, of course, as promised, we're going to go into Chainlink's fundamental value. And in my opinion, Chainlink is one of the tokens with the most fundamental value out of all of the cryptocurrencies. I do believe that Ethereum and Chainlink really have the most fundamental value, and that's why I like to invest in these two. The first big value proposition for the Link token is it needs to be purchased in order to pay for Oracle services. So let's break this down a little bit. Chainlink offers a wide range of Oracle services. First and foremost, Chainlink offers data to smart contracts so that smart contracts can operate. However, Chainlink offers a few other services, and I'll rattle off a few off the top of my head. Chainlink offers proof of reserves, so you can prove the amount of reserves in a certain set of reserves, which is very, very useful. Chainlink offers verifiable randomness, which allows you to prove that something is done randomly. Chainlink offers cross-chain interoperability protocol, which allows tokens to transfer across different networks and essentially everything to interoperate a lot better. Chainlink offers keepers, which speeds up smart contracts, and Chainlink essentially offers tons of different services. Now, essentially, what is going to happen is a smart contract developer is going to want to use these services. The smart contract developer, such as Aave, is going to want to use Chainlink's Oracle data in order for their protocol to be a lot better. Every single time this smart contract accesses and uses Chainlink's data, it is going to need to pay Link tokens for this data. As a direct result, this means that the smart contract needs to buy the Link tokens independent of price and then pay out these Link tokens in order to get this data. Therefore, this is a very clear value proposition. Moreover, individuals such as big companies with a lot of quality data are going to want to run Chainlink Oracle nodes. Whenever they run a Chainlink Oracle node, they will be paid in Link tokens for giving out this data. A very good fundamental value proposition. Now, there are a few other fundamental value propositions for Chainlink, however they are a lot smaller. Eventually, every single individual will be able to stake their Chainlink for more crypto economic security, a very clear fundamental value proposition, and it does show a bit of a cash flow generation, and there are a few other minor ways that Chainlink gets value. So overall, I do believe that Chainlink is a very, very strong value proposition, and I do believe that this is going to carry it forward quite well into the future. As we can see, I've done a little bit of a chart here that shows where I believe Chainlink's fundamental value is. Now, right now, there are a lot of smart contracts. Chainlink's fundamental value is in the billions of dollars right now. However, I believe that this is going to grow significantly. Of course, we do know that if everything eventually goes on-chain and we live in a smart contract-orientated future, well, the infrastructure behind that is going to be needed, and the infrastructure behind this is Chainlink. Chainlink will offer a bunch of different services and it will get a lot more use. As a direct result, I do believe that Chainlink's fundamental value is at the very bottom of this S-curve at the red dot. Over the next couple of decades, I do believe it is going to grow exponentially. Of course, if Chainlink's fundamental value grows exponentially, that will mean that more and more people are going to need to buy the Link token in order to fund Chainlink services. Of course, if more and more people need to buy the Link token will go up in value. It's really as simple as that. Now, in my opinion, Chainlink isn't necessarily overvalued in the short term. Chainlink has a $12 billion market cap, and I believe that the fundamental value of Chainlink is probably $3 to $5 billion. So I don't believe that it could go any lower than this. And I do believe that the reason that its true value right now is only $12 billion is because people don't see the future. When Chainlink goes along this S-curve and hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Link need to be bought, it will be a lot higher. So, I do think that people are actually undervaluing Chainlink if we look at the long-term potential growth opportunities, and I do believe that Chainlink will reward most of the Link holders. Of course, Chainlink is up about 80% year over year. That's right, 80% year over year, and a lot of people are unbelievably disappointed with Chainlink's performance. Sure, Chainlink hasn't gone up 10,000% like Solana, however, Chainlink is slowly appreciating over time. Chainlink continues to go up as its fundamental value is growing exponentially, and I do believe that one day it will be a very rewarding token to hold. Of course, there are some tokens like Dogecoin that that pump 10 million% off not having that much fundamental value. I do believe that Dogecoin has a little bit of fundamental value as it's a fun coin, it's fun to buy, it's fun to spend, and there's a lot of memes around it. However, since it doesn't have too much fundamental value, it goes through massive hype waves and then drops down massively. Chainlink doesn't do this. Now, a lot of people on cryptocurrency Twitter have been saying they don't want to hold Chainlink, and this is essentially because they don't believe Chainlink is giving them enough gains. Of course, I do believe that most of these people bought Chainlink way too high, only when it was really hyped up, and they aren't disappointed now, even though Chainlink has appreciated about 80% in a year. And a lot of these people have been saying that the team has been dumping Chainlink, which has been suppressing the price. However, this is a little bit of a false narrative, and it's not very true. Essentially, what happens with Chainlink is every single Friday, the team sells about 1.5 million Chainlink tokens. Of course, this is a pretty big amount of Chainlink tokens that need to be sold. However, Chainlink God puts it very cleanly here, and he shows why these tokens need to be sold. Essentially, all of these tokens need to be sold to reinvest back into the network. These tokens need to be sold for a few reasons: to subsidize Oracle networks, to pay out community grants, and to pay out integration grants, to acquire and fund new technologies and technological development, and to hire more and more developers. Essentially, what Chainlink are trying to do is they're trying to onboard the whole world into crypto. Chainlink is in talks with Swift and some of the biggest companies in the world. Of course, they can't do this for free. Chainlink actually do need money, and Chainlink do need to sell their tokens every single week. So, overall, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing. Chainlink do need to do this, and I think that this is relatively good. Now, the next thing that Chainlink God says is the amount of tokens being sold are only a fraction of tokens that are actually hitting the market. These tokens being sold aren't really impacting the price. And to actually find this out for yourself, all you need to do is go over to CoinMarketCap and look at the volume for Chainlink. Every single day, $1 billion worth of Chainlink is sold. Now, every single week, about $30 million of Chainlink is sold by the team. However, when you compare $30 million to $7 billion worth of weekly volume, you realize it would make no impact. The amount of tokens that the team is selling are essentially making a very little impact on the price, and it's a little bit of a narrative right now. Chainlink God sums this up very nicely in a tweet here. He says, "Are you a short-term TA-driven speculator or a long-term fundamental analysis-driven investor?" Now, if you're a technical analysis person, there's nothing wrong with that. However, Chainlink may not be the best token for you. On the contrary, if you're a long-term fundamental analysis investor, Chainlink is probably one of the better tokens. I know that it is for myself, as it has one of the best fundamental value propositions out of most of the tokens. I do believe that the team dumping narrative is only a narrative, and that Chainlink's fundamental value is going to grow substantially into the future. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and also, thanks for getting me to 750 subscribers. We just got to 750 subscribers yesterday, and it is much appreciated. So, thanks for watching the video.